Alright guys, we are standing here today at Hankster's Hot Rods here in Homer City, Pennsylvania, and today we're going over the latest addition to our inventory, and this being a 1986 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442. Now this Cutlass in excellent condition, as was all the rest of the couple that we've had just lately. These cars seem to be going really well for us, so we're going to keep going as long as we can find them in as good a condition as these. Now this one's done in the two-tone paint scheme. This is the black top with the silver along the bottom. Of course, it's got the gold pinstriping that separates that two-tone paint scheme there. The paint, again, nice, smooth, shiny the whole way around this vehicle. All of the panels, all steel, all original. This thing just looks great as it's sitting here. Now, as far as our trim, we've got just a little bit around the hood, up around the drip rails here. Of course, you've got along the bottom of the window here too. All of that, the bright work on this car, all in really good shape. It's nice and shiny. It's nice and straight the whole way around too. No dents or dings, and it's polished up really well too. On our car also, we've got both mirrors here, both the driver and passenger side mirror. These are the painted mirrors, the bullet style mirrors here. The driver's side is a remote mirror, so you can adjust it from inside the car. You can see our Oldsmobile has the 442 decals on it all the way around. We'll point those out to you as we get to them. And as far as wheels and tires, these are the factory steel Olds 442 rally wheels. Now you can see how nice these are. They're the chrome wheels. They've got the gold painted centers there. And then of course you've got the 442 center caps on those. Those look really nice on this car. Also for wheels and tires, the tires are BFGoodrich Radial TAs, all four of them, and all four are the same size, 235/60 R15s. Now as far as panel fitment, very nice on this car here. You can see the gaps on the front side of the door along with the back side, very uniform. The glass, you can see that's in great shape too. No chips or cracks there. As I mentioned, you've got your drip rail moldings as we feel through that rain gutter. Nice and smooth up there too. Your quarter windows back here too, those are nice. All of your bright work around there, very nice on that. Let's open our door up. We're going to take a look at the inside. The interior of this car is incredible too. It's the gray interior, does have some of the wood grain inserts on the dash door panels and the center console. It's got the bucket seats up front. Of course, everything is cloth on this car, but it is in excellent condition. It's got the chrome caps on the doors as well. It is a tilt wheel. You can see all the factory gauges, the factory radio, air and heat controls there too. Factory steering wheel, and this does have cruise control on it too. So again, that's another nice feature on these cars. Again, like I said, all seat belts are there. All the trim and everything on the inside is in really good condition. Carpeting, same way. Now, as you look around here, you can see your weather stripping here around the door. Again, this is probably all original stuff, and it looks to be in really good shape here. No rips or tears in any of it. Should seal up really nice from the outside elements. We'll go ahead and close this up. We'll work our way around the car now as we come towards the back. Now you can see, look down here at the exhaust. You're going to see this on both sides, and this is actually, I believe, correct for the Olds Cutlass 442s with the exhaust right underneath the quarter panel there. Kind of that slash cut chrome exhaust tip looks really nice. As we continue around the back side here, I guess we'll go up top here, just take a look at the glass first. So again, you've got your glass back here. It's in great shape. Again, no chips or cracks. You can see it's got the third brake light in it too. All of your molding, your bright work, that's all in great shape too. You can see your gaps on the trunk lid and elevations with your rear quarters, all of which is adjusted very well. Down here on the back side of your trunk, you've got the 442 decals again. Got the Oldsmobile badging back here. Your tail lights, the lenses and bezels are in excellent shape on this car. And your rear bumper, again, on the bumpers on these cars, not chrome. These are going to be painted the same as the body color, and you can see how nice it is. Paint's not cracked or anything on here. Looks really well. We'll go ahead and open up our trunk lid. So first off, the trunk lock works, and as we open up the trunk, we can see the underside of the trunk lid painted the same black as the exterior of the car. You can see your weather stripping the whole way around. Very nicely done, nice and soft. Again, meets in the center here. Again, it's going to seal up really nice. You've got your space saver, I guess, rear tire in here for your spare. Got a full set of floor mats. Nice trunk mat in here too, carpeted piece. And again, the trunk floor itself, when we look at it from here and from the underside, we can tell that this trunk floor is in excellent shape as well. So it even has your spare tire and your jack instructions there. Some of your codes there on your list there too. So again, all very nice on the Olds Cutlass. Close that up, it closes nice and easy. And now we'll work our way around the passenger side. Again, panels nice and straight all the way front to back on this car. Again, we've already been over wheels, tires, all the striping, the paint. We can just come up here now and concentrate on the passenger side door. Again, the glass is in excellent shape. There's no chips or cracks here. Even your quarter window, same thing. Again, all your drip rail moldings, those look good. Rain gutters in there, nice and smooth too on those. Gaps on the back side of your door as well as the front side, very uniform. And your elevations, everything lines up, all body lines, all elevations with your front fender and your rear quarter. I also already had mentioned about the dual mirrors. Now, it does have the passenger side mirror. Again, this is just a manual adjust, so you'll have to do that from opening the window. We'll go ahead and open our door up now on the passenger side just so you can see from both sides. The upholstery in this car, very, very nice condition. No rips or tears in any of the cloth upholstery. Front and rear seat belts on this car. The carpeting, that's going to be original carpeting. Looks very good. Your dash, there's no cracks in any of it. Again, just a very nice looking car inside and out and even underneath. So as we close our door on the passenger side, we'll just walk our way to the front now. And as we get around to the front of our car, you're going to see this is just your typical 86 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442 front end. You got your dual grills here, and again, those are in great shape. No breaks or cracks or anything in any of those. Black where they should be, bright where they should be too. That looks good. Got your little ornament there. That's in great shape. Again, you can see your hood, all your gaps the whole way around. Your elevations with the front fenders, those look good. Your front windshield, that looks very good too. Again, you can see your molding the whole way around. Your glass itself, no chips or cracks whatsoever on that. As far as the front end goes, got your little tiny bumperettes down below here on your lower valance. Your directional lights down here, your parking lights, those are in great shape too. Those lenses, the amber lenses, no chips or cracks there. Of course, your headlamps, you got the quad lamps here. Got your low beams, your high beams there, all of which are your sealed beam units, glass lenses, no chips or cracks there. Let's go ahead next. We're going to open our hood up. You actually have a hood pop on the inside. So let's go ahead and do that. And as you can see, the hood popper works. We'll come out here and finish raising up our hood. Okay, so once we have the hood open, we can see underneath the hood itself. You can see the hood insulation here. Again, I'm sure this is probably the original insulation. Still looks great. No pieces hanging down, no rips or tears in any of it, and it's tacked up exactly the way that it should be. Down here in your engine compartment now, what we're looking at here is the original numbers match 307 cubic inch Oldsmobile engine. Underneath this chrome air cleaner lid and air cleaner here, you've got the Quadrajet 4-barrel carburetor that this car would have come stock with. As far as the motor goes, pretty much stock. Like I said, it's got the original intake on it, your valve covers, the actual exhaust manifolds. Now it's got dual manifolds, kind of the dual exhaust, but it's your factory setup for exhaust. It's going to taper down into one pipe, one single catalytic converter, and then it's going to Y off of that into two Flowmaster mufflers. It gives it a real nice tone to the exhaust. As far as the rest of the car, you've got power steering, you've got power brakes, it's disc up front, drums on the rear. We've got factory air conditioning on this car, all of which works too. Just as you can see, everything looks as though it's been untouched on this car. Very well maintained, just untouched and kept stock appearing. Factory radiator, factory shroud, 5-blade clutch fan on this as well. Now behind this 307 cubic inch motor, for transmission you've got the automatic. It's the 204R automatic transmission. And then for the rear end to finish off the driveline, it is a GM 10 bolt rear end. It's got the 373 gear in it. And it's the big 10 bolt though. It's got the 8.5 inch ring gear, so it's got a good stout ring and pinion in it. Going to take every bit of power that this motor has for it. Now again, these motors weren't super powerful, but again, nice, good running engine for this car that you can take out, cruise around, and just have a blast in this car. It's got a lot of your modern amenities to it, like the cruise control, like the air conditioning, the power steering, the power brakes. So again, this is a car that looks good, and you're going to have fun and just have a blast driving this around. So what we'll do is we'll close everything up now as we have it. We're going to go ahead and get this on our lift for you next, show you the complete underside, and then finally when we're done with that, we'll open the hood back up and fire this motor up, and that way you get to hear exactly what this 307 Olds sounds like. Alright, so here we are underneath our 1986 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442. So we're going to go through the underside just as we do with all of our cars, starting front to back. We're going to go over steering, suspension, braking, driveline, frame, floors, etc. So starting up at the front, we'll go over the suspension. This is all your typical stock front suspension for your Olds Cutlass 442. You've got your stamped upper and lower control arms. Ball joints in both of those look great. You've got your stock steering here. Now it is power steering. Your tie rods are to the front of your A-arms here, so that's why you can't really see them right now. But everything is nice and straight. Ball joints are in good shape. You can tell everything's been maintained really well in this car. All the rubber dust boot covers are all intact on all 4 of those ball joints as well. As far as the rest of the suspension, shocks and springs, those are just going to be your stock style stuff too. And with the Olds 442, you do have this heavy duty front sway bar here, and those sway bar bushings both at the frame and the end links, those are all in really good shape. Now to finish out the front end, we'll go ahead and go over the braking. Now this does have power brakes on it. They are disc brakes up front, that's factory, and drums out on the rear of the car. Again, that is power brakes also. Now as far as the drive line on this car, let's just go over that, starting with the front here. This is the original numbers matching 307 cubic inch Olds motor here. Got the automatic transmission, which does have that flywheel cover here to protect that against any dirt and debris coming in and possibly chipping a tooth off of that. You've got your cross member here for your transmission that the tail shaft sets on. That's in great shape. The tail shaft itself, the seal, the output seal there, that is in good condition. As far as the seal, the trans pan, and the engine oil pan, all of that looks dry, free from any drips or leaks. As we come back here then, we've got our drive shaft. That is a balanced drive shaft. And then of course you've got your rear end housing. This is the GM 10 bolt rear. Now this is the big 10 bolt, so it's got the 8.5 inch ring gear, and it does have a 373 gear ratio in it. As far as the rear suspension, you just have your typical metric 4-link rear suspension. You've got your coil springs here. Again, those are in good shape. As far as the sway bar here, also on the rear, so that's going to help cornering on this car tremendously. You're going to have real nice cornering up front and in the back with those sway bars. As far as the exhaust system here, now this is going to be typically like your stock exhaust system for this car. It's going to come down off of both of your exhaust manifolds here, ties into that single catalytic converter. Then of course it Ys out into dual exhaust here, dual Flowmaster mufflers. And then of course we've got the tailpipes up over top of the rear end housing, and then they exit out right underneath the rear quarters with a nice set of chrome exhaust slash cut exhaust tips back there. Now as far as wheels and tires, we've got the original, these are 15-inch stock rally wheels. These are steel chrome plated rally wheels. They have the gold painted spokes on them, just like they should from the factory. The correct centers on them also. They are real nice wheels for this car. And as far as the tires go, BFGoodrich Radial TAs on all four corners, all the same size too. These are 235/60 R15s all the way around. And finally, frame and floors. The frame on this car is super straight. Got your stock cross member here. You've got your frame sections that come back. Again, this is a full frame car. Frame is nice and straight on both sides as it comes back here. Again, you have that cross member there for your transmission. Then it comes back here into the rear section here, up over top of that rear axle housing. Again, your dog legs, those are all in great shape too. All the suspension, the floors, you can see too, no patching, no holes, no nothing in this floor. This floor is really, really nice on this car. You can see all the stamping markings here. Your emergency brake, that is all hooked up. All the cables from the front all the way to the back to the rear drum brakes. Everything's hooked up and functional on this car. Fuel tank's in great shape. The trunk floor itself is all in good shape. The provision here for the spare tire back here, that's all in great shape. So again, all in all, really nice car back here. The shocks on the rear of this, they are air shocks too. So if you want to, adjust the ride height on the back, you can do so just by simply putting an air hose to it, raising or lowering the car. So that's pretty much it as far as the underside of our Olds Cutlass goes. We're going to go ahead and now lower this down off the lift, go underneath the hood, we'll fire it up. That way you get to hear what that Oldsmobile motor sounds like.